Basically, I've been homeless for about 7 years, on and off. I've known Paul since I was little, about 3. He's known my dad and everything, do you know what I mean? Basically, he knows that I've struggled. So that's why the reason I don't think he's given up on me. They've chased me down the road, like, several times. They just don't give up. For about 3 years, they've been trying. And I have gradually just started to work with them now, which is making them happy. So that's it, really.
It all began in 2013. It was more or less the breakup of a relationship. I was comfortable with a partner and 2 children in a nice new building, actually, a nice new house. The relationship ended. I do look back now and feel that I was punishing myself, you know, for all the mistakes I'd made. But inevitably, I ended up on the streets. That lasted for 7 years, roughly 7 years. And it's from there that the Good Shepherd more or less rescued me, because through what they were doing every morning, you know, I'd be sleeping in a tunnel or the back of a shop or anywhere that I could find shelter. And they'd be there at 9 o'clock every morning with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. And that spoke volumes to me. You know, somebody did care. You know, in a world where there's a lot of hate and hurt and just judgment, a lot of judgmental people, these people reached out and kind of rescued me. So I'm forever grateful for it.
Well, from an early age, I've known the brothers and that, and I lived in a Good Shepherd a good few years ago as well. And that from when I was about sometimes 18, on and off, and that they've always helped and that, and yeah, quite a while.
Basically, I was on the streets and I heard there was a thing going on down at the Red Wings Hotel. That was it, sorry. And so I went down there with one of my friends, and basically there was a load of people down there, and it was like, yeah, if you're homeless, we'll help you and we'll put you up. So I was thinking, wow, this is mad. Like, I've never known anything like this, you know what I mean? Because I've been on the street many years, on and off. I've never seen anything like that happen. So I was like, yeah, all right, it sounds good, this just to me. But at the moment, I'm still using a lot of drugs, so it's, you know, problematic, really. But anyway, so I got in there and I had a key worker. It wasn't Ram at that time, but it was the team from Housing First, these guys here. They explain what they do, you know what I mean, get you into a property first. It's the whole point of Housing First and then issues later, which is great. So yeah, I was like, yeah, cool. At the time, they were dealing with problems, big problems with me, because I was a drinker all day, every day. Heroin user, IV user, which means injecting into my groin, my arms, everywhere I could inject, I was injecting. And I was selling to cover these costs. So Rams found me in my room in that hotel with many, many drugs on the floor, and just there with a needle in my leg and just out cold, innit, Ram?
But with Matthew, I made several appointments with Matthew to go and see him. You would not catch him. You would not catch him. He'd be on his bike down the road with a can of beer, gone. But yeah, slowly worked with him, made several appointments. And once I caught him in his room, and we sat on his bed and had a chat, just a general chat about who I am, where I come from, and what I can do for Matt. Yeah, yeah.
They're more like a friend, do you know what I mean? It's not like a business. It's more like a friend, do you know what I mean? I come here and have a cup of tea with them, and you know what I mean? I feel comfortable sitting here. I prefer to sit here than in a cafe. Do you understand? That's the way, really. So.
I first met Samantha 16 months ago when I started this job, and we chased around town for the last 14 months. She's only just recently come onto the Housing First programme. We never give up. Paul literally just was at her like a dog with a bone. We'll never give up with her. And we finally got her in. And she comes in to the Good Shepherd, which is like unheard of. Samantha doesn't engage with services. You know, she does her thing and that's it, nothing gets in the way. But we've made little small changes and we're getting there.
If you think about it, anybody's situation, the foundation of anybody's problem is having accommodation. You can't open bank accounts, you can't do literally anything in society without having an address. And cardboard boxes just don't cut it these days. So, you know, Housing First, they've got the right approach to it all by housing you first and then tackling your drug problems. You know, whereas if you've got somebody who's addicted to drugs, who's homeless, and you go to them and say, look, we're going to get you off the drugs first, their priority is not that. They're using the drugs to numb the pain of being homeless. So if you tackle the homelessness first, everything else will fall into place, and it does. So.
Always help me, but sometimes they don't get angry, but you can just see the disappointment sometimes. And it just breaks my heart sometimes to see them disappointed in me. That's why I want to try and do better, because of them helping me, really.
But he's a pleasure to work with, he really is. You know, he's so caring, and there's a lovely side to him, even though he has got so many problems. You know, and to have actually kept him in accommodation for over 12 months is just amazing. You know, this wouldn't have even been thought of. 4 years ago, 3, 4, 5 years ago, it wouldn't have been thought of that you could have got David into accommodation and actually cooking meals. I mean, we've gone to the flat and he's sitting there in his dressing gown and he's cooked himself a full breakfast. You know, me and Paul have walked in and just sort of been like, no. You know, but he's made massive changes. There's still a long way to go, you know, and he has his downs, and, you know, when he does it, the bottom, he does. But we're there and we pick him up and we never ever give up, ever.
I was quite really low, to be honest. I don't think I'd be here if I didn't have the support. Basically, on my lows and stuff, I've come here to talk to them, and they basically pushed me towards what I want, you know. So.
I think that gives you an amazing feeling to have your own property. You got to think these people are at their very, very lowest. And when, like, I'm still, like, I get tingles now. Just look at my hair, standing up, talking about my own place. Do you know what I mean? That's how much it means to us. That's how much it means to us. So you can see it. So it's clear to see. But I'll say it's an amazing thing, and it's such a nice, because it's your home. You're safe there.
I think I haven't done it. I've just guided him. He's done it himself. I've just guided him down the right channels, and he's done the hard work. I've just behind him, guiding him. Yeah, amazing, amazing.
They've all got amazing personalities. You know, they're all people, and they're all got their own funny little quirks. You know, and amazing personalities. You know, all of them. You know, I mean, we've walked down the street. I mean, we've had issues outside the Good Shepherd where people have targeted our people, you know, and really gone for them. But we've stuck by them and stuck up for them and shout their corner at any single person that knocks them, because they're all somebody's son or daughter. You know, they've all got feelings and they all need somebody. They started off in life normally with a very traumatic start, and you're not going to have the basis, you know, to form normal relationships and to cope with normal everyday stress. You know, so people need support, people need help.
There is talk of me doing volunteering for people who have been, who are still homeless and drug dependent, only because of the experiences that I've had and the help and input that I could help give to these people. So I'm hoping to do that as well.
How important would that be to you to feel that you're really helping someone?
I think that,
help you've had?
yeah, that would be kind of the ultimate in job satisfaction, to see that I could the way that I've been pulled out of the gutter, so to speak, if I could do that to one person, that, you know, that'd be all I'd ask for, really. Because there's still a lot of people out there that do need help, so, you know, I'll try. I'll keep trying.